Mario.
Hey guys, welcome to Talking Time with Caffeine,
Oh, I guess we already started.
the podcast where
Oh,
stuff
crap.
happens.
Okay, I'm muted my TV.
We are right now. We are live again. This is basically not only this episode. This is also a test run to see how good YouTube Live is again with Google Hangouts.
YouTube gaming.
Oh, so earlier today, me and Mario here watched the movie.
What'd you watch?
Wait, we watched a movie?
Yeah,
What movie?
on YouTube live stream.
Oh, oh, yeah, earlier today. Oh, shit.
I just turned down my
I
volume
was
so you couldn't
getting,
hear my screen.
I was getting raped by zombies. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Oh yeah.
That was a
Other.
little bit crazy.
The three guys hosting the stream were the co-stars of season 3 of this podcast.
Huh. Oh, fuck you! You fucking bullshitting motherfucker. Sorry,
But
what?
yeah, what?
Sorry, I might rage because of stupid bullshit on Shit Ops
Yeah,
3.
like I said, the three guys hosting that live stream were on season 3 of this podcast last year.
And I'm
Stick
fucking dead. Wow, what a great game. What a great game I have to play on my Halloween adventure.
Oh, by the way, Mario, I remember you said in the campaign, you said that the opening was like nothing but walking and no shooting. I guarantee you, all of the campaign I played so far after that is nothing but shooting.
Snick played with them before.
Thank God it's nothing but shooting, but that first mission, I'm really sorry, but that first mission turned me right the fuck off. Like, I went from, okay, so Nightmares mode is pretty crap, let's see what campaign is like. After the first mission of campaign, total 180, nope, just walks off. Fucking not dealing with that shit. So anyways, yeah, me and Vandalia did watch a movie on the stream.
That's cute.
It was pretty good, I guess.
Hey guys,
pretty good in entertainment, but not.
I'm live right now on my YouTube channel. Check it out. YouTube/98. So yeah. See ya.
You're leaving?
On Facebook.
No, I left a message on my Facebook Live, trying to telling people. Anyways, yeah, some of the audience was crazy. There's arguments in the chat, everything. But anyways, a few weeks ago, Snicker was talking about how some people think you should have all these different new setups for YouTube and stuff, make videos, and he's like disagreeing with them.
What was that?
We're talking about getting new equipment and stuff, and like soundproof.
Oh my god, yes. I was talking about how I got some troll attacking me on one of my reviews saying that, oh, you put no production value into this. You need a better camera, a better filming location. You're not showing effort by sitting on your bed. And you know what? I didn't respond to that comment, but I was really tempted to say, so for videos that I do for fun and pretty much only for fun, I have to go out and spend thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars on my own studio, a really expensive camera, all the shit the Nostalgia Critic has in his videos, just for that. And that's kind of the stigma that popular YouTubers have created. It's like, oh, if you don't have really expensive equipment, then you're automatically not good.
Okay.
And that's a BS claim. Suddenly, YouTubers are no longer allowed to make videos for fun. It's all got to be professional, yo. you got to end every single video with, oh, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Do people actually say that?
Even the good YouTubers do it, like Catakaris, JonTron, Pro Jared. They all end their videos with like, comment, subscribe, and all that crap.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because apparently that's what you got to do if you want to have YouTube as a job.
No, the AVGN practically does YouTube as his job. He never ends his videos with those messages. Never.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's called a stereotype. All those famous YouTubers do it is because they're all stereotypes. I swear to God, everyone that does that shit is a stereotype, especially if they fucking push it. And I only do it if I only say it because encouraging them if they liked it, not period, you know?
I mean, I never say it in my videos because, honestly, why should you have to put messages like that? If people like your stuff, it's pretty self-explanatory that they're probably going to like, comment, subscribe. Like, why would you have to remind them of it? If anything...
I used to do that. I have to admit, I used to do that in my earlier videos because I thought everyone did it.
Well,
I don't do that anymore.
I don't do it because, number one, telling them to do it is probably not going to give... If they weren't going to do it beforehand, telling them at the end of the video is probably not going to change their minds.
Do it. Do it now.
Because I know my friend Jason, when he had a YouTube channel, he always signed off with that message, and it didn't really help him out. So,
do it now, or your family will be...
Constantly reminding YouTube users to do it is just going to come off as annoying.
Well, then fuck me. I guess I should stop.
I mean, you can do it if you want, because you always put the if you liked the video. But then again, that's what all YouTubers do, actually.
Yeah, so I thought everyone did it.
Well, I feel like I'm a professional hypocrite now.
I mean, actually, I think the only big YouTuber who doesn't do it, that to my knowledge, is the AVGN. He always ends his videos with his Cinemassacre logo and nothing else.
Well, at this point, he's a brand unto himself. Word of mouth gets him around and other people too.
Well, yeah, he still makes really good videos. That's why he's made stay relevant for over a decade.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about the AVGN series specifically, or like his videos in general?
All of his videos.
Okay. I just want to make
even
sure.
on his James and Mike videos, he only ever ends with the Cinemassacre logo.
Okay.
I mean, I think he may end with highlights of the video or bloopers, but that's about it. So, the bottom line is reminding the users to like, comment, subscribe, favor, and all that good stuff. I don't feel it's necessary. In fact, I just don't do it to avoid being pestering or something. Like, if they really do like your video, they'll do it themselves. You don't really have to tell them to do it, or at least that's the way I see it.
Here's what I think. Sure, that could potentially be annoying. For me, two things I have to say to that. One, surprisingly, unless they're not like... Okay, usually I'll like overhear it, and in a nutshell, I don't even notice it. Unless the following happens. Either they say it during the middle of the video, or they have a graphic of it in the middle of the video. Or sometimes, in some cases, they'll even say it in the beginning of the video. And sometimes they'll even have both a graphic and him or their... What the fuck? There? Really? Sometimes they'll even have a graphic and themselves saying it at the same time. And it could be at any point in the video. Those are the only times I don't overhear it or oversee it. Because that shit, if you're doing it at the middle or potentially even the beginning of the video, then yeah, I see what you mean. If it's at the end, it's just kind of meh. Unless they're like trying to make it blatantly obvious. But here's what's really annoying. Here's the real problem. The real problem is sponsorships. Fucking sponsorships. God damn. First off, I understand you have a job, but do you really have to put it in the video? Like, do you actually have to put it in the middle or end or whatever part of your video? Can't you put it in the description? Don't they allow that? I mean, I know
or
there's
you
certain...
can put it at the end, like as part of the credits. Like, this video is made possible by such and such. Like, don't start it with the video, or like put it in the middle for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, hey, there's regulations when you got a sponsorship. Now, I don't know what those regulations are specifically, but generally what I know is that you have to at least, like, give some sort of, like, you have to basically say what the company is, like the company that's sponsoring you or whatever. But, I mean, if you have, like, if they're telling you you need to put it in the video, put it, like, at the very end. Or if you don't have to do that, don't put it in the video at all. Put it in at least the description.
You know,
at the very least.
You know, the Nostalgia Critic always does shout outs to different charities. Like, that's kind of like sponsoring, but I don't know if it really is. But he puts those shout outs at the end of each video.
Really? I have never seen...
It's at the end of the credits. That's why you had...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in that case, that's actually even better. Put it, like, after the fucking outro. I fucking would. Actually, no, I wouldn't even have it in the video if I could. And here's another thing that's... Wait, hold on. Here's another thing that's also annoying, and sorry if I'm moving way too quickly. Whenever someone fucking puts, like, a clip of their video at the beginning of the video, and then you'll see it again if you watch enough of it.
Of the same video they're doing?
Mm-hmm. So, like, they'll be doing whatever, and then they'll play that specific clip in the very beginning of the video, and then after that clip plays, the real video begins. And if you watch enough of it, you'll see the same exact clip in the video. What the fuck's the point of that? Like really, what the fuck's the point of that? You get, like, no benefit from it. Zero benefit. Can anyone explain to me the science of this?
I've seen some people do have clips at the end of their videos with outro, on their outro, like, they click this video.
No. That's not what I mean. No. What I mean is, you'll see a specific clip in the, like, before the beginning of the video, not like something you would see in, like, a part kind of video. Like, if a video has, like, parts, like, there's a video that's part 1 and then a different video that's part 2, and it goes with that part, or that prior part. And the second part will say, oh, if you haven't watched the first part, and then it will show the actual clip, and then you can click on it. No, that's not what I mean. Literally, they edit the main video, they edit it all together, and then when they're done editing the video, they'll find a specific clip, and, well, it doesn't even really need to be specific, in all honesty. It just needs to be pretty much a reaction, almost, or anything else. And they find that, and then they copy that on the very beginning of the video, before everything else. Like, I mean, literally before everything else. Like, if they have an intro, they'll probably play it before their fucking intro. I've seen that before. So, and then later on in the video, if you happen to watch a lot of it to fucking see the clip again, then you'll end up fucking kind of triggered. I didn't really know what other word to use that. I just triggered was the first that came to my mind. But in all honesty though, what the fuck's the point of it? Because I see zero benefit from this, and it's fucking stupid as shit. Like, what the fuck? You're seeing the same thing twice in the same video.
Yeah, I agree. I understand the point of advertising the video you're watching and the video you're watching.
I don't even know if it counts as an advertisement per se. I don't even know what it counts as.
Like a sneak preview of the video you're going to see in 5 minutes?
A sneak preview of the fucking thing you're already watching before you even get to that part. Like, I just can't understand why they do that. Like
it's like the me and Snake were talking about the Digimon movie last week, and we were trying to do a live record that thing where at the beginning of that movie they like showed a clip of a fight, and 5 minutes later they showed the fight.
Oh yeah, exactly. yeah, like that's how they start the movie. They start with a fight, and then you get an introduction, and then the same fight plays. But I thought you were talking about how the movie opens with an advertisement for a show that the movie distributor was doing.
That too, but what he's talking about is the same thing, really, for this YouTube subject.
Huh.
Yeah, like the only other way I can describe this, if you still don't understand it, is let's just say you get someone playing a COD game and something ridiculous or something crazy happens. They'll play that specific moment from the video at the very beginning of the video before everything else a lot of the time. And then their actual video starts, either that or their intro starts. And then if you watch enough of that video, you'll see the same exact clip again. So you're seeing the same clip 2 times in the same video. Like, what's the purpose of it? Like, here's the thing. If the clip is funny, then if you do that technique by putting it in the video, what? Okay. Using this technique, if the clip is funny, and you put it at the very beginning of your that's all, folks. Fucking stutter heaven, Jesus Christ. Give me a moment to fucking... I can't even fucking say to get my thoughts together. God damn. Oh, fucking hell. Okay,
I know I was watching one scammer prank video where he opens with like one of the funniest parts of the video. So I guess the reason why some people do it is like to show them a highlight of the video, to like, because typically the first one thing that's always said is that there's a lot of users who have really short attention spans. So some people may put a highlight of the video in the first 5 seconds just to keep them interested. Like saying, hey, this was a highlight of the video. Watch the whole thing to get more.
So, here's a couple things. One, if you put a funny clip at the very beginning of your video before everything else, and then you have the same clip playing later on the video, you'll laugh at the very beginning of the video when the clip plays, but then when it plays the second time, it's not going to be as funny because you've already seen it. Therefore, it kind of ruins it for you. So, that's not a positive thing. That's a negative thing. So, you're pretty much doing injustice for your viewers. And for that short attention span thing, I don't remember how many seconds it was, but I'm pretty sure it's the first 30 seconds. In my video production classes, I've learned that the first 30 seconds of a video are the most important, because if you can't capture them in the first 30 seconds, then they're not going to want to watch anymore. So, I mean, I don't think they'd exactly know this, but if they happen to do know this, then that's probably their reason. But again, if it's a funny clip, it kind of ruins it later on when you watch. And even then, you could still have other ways to interest your viewers in the first 30 seconds. That's not the only way to do it. You just got to keep them interested. You got to have them watch something interesting in the first 30 seconds. And I'm not saying the first 30 seconds, if they're still watching, you're guaranteed them to have them watch the whole thing. But it will at least maybe guarantee you to see them watch at least more than 30 seconds. Like maybe a couple more minutes. Or however long they decide to do it. So, there's my take on that. And speaking of intros too, well actually before I move on, because I think I'm moving a little bit too quickly, what other thoughts can you guys add?
I mean, well, it is important to like establish a video's being good in like the first minute or 30 seconds, because that's what you do to keep people watching. And I guess that's the mentality that all those people like open with a highlight think. Like that's why they do it. So now I'm probably gonna overwork the battery because I gotta plug it in. Maybe if I close Skype, that ought to work.
What about you? What about you, Vandalia?
What about me?
What other thoughts do you got?
Well, back up with the first subject. You don't have to get all new equipment to make. I mean, I guess you want to make it a job. Maybe if you're doing it for fun, you don't need to get all new equipment. I am looking to get a new mic just because I think using the same mic as my webcam mic is kind of be a little bit quality control issue there. And
here's what I think. The equipment has to benefit you. If you're buying just equipment you don't even really need, then you're not being given you're not giving yourself any benefits basically. So only get stuff that you know is going to benefit you. If you need a good mic, get a good mic. If you need a good camera, get a good camera, and etc. etc.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get a $200 mic because I can't afford $200 mic. If I had 1 million subscribers, when I got income here, yeah, sure, I could use my income to make better equipment. Right now, I sell for a soundproof room sometimes. But
I know that I could theoretically go out and get a better microphone, but the thing is, the one I currently use, it does the job. Like, anytime my audio is distorted, that's often because the volume's too high. Like, I'm speaking too loud into it. But, like, when it's the perfect volume, it sounds fine.
I have gone through, like, 10 different headsets over the years on YouTube, only because the headsets die out eventually. The cords get broken.
Like, I was thinking about buying go online and buying this USB headset that's used at my school for $25 because the quality is pretty similar to the one I use, and not to mention it could act as a pair of headphones and a headset at the same time, so that could help. All I know is that I could go out and buy one of those expensive headsets that all the pros got to use. Skate, not want to.
Next subject. as for advertising in your videos, it's okay, I guess, if you do it tastefully, and you're not like this, like it's not the main part of your subject. Like, hey guys, we're sponsored by Coke. Drink it. All right, not the video or whatever. Or like because I guess some people want you to talk about their product in the video, I guess, or just the description or at the end of it, or they have ads. They do the AdSense thing, I guess, sometimes. And I saw a video about people doing that are quote selling out. But it's not really selling out if you like the product, really. If Snick would ever take money for like candy and like advertise it, he'd be selling out because he hates chocolate. Like if Snickers came in,
I was advertising Snickers. If I was advertising for Snickers, I would not be able to do it because I don't like chocolate. I would, however, advertise stuff like Coke, Pepsi. I would advertise fruit-flavored candies or maybe even stuff like pretzels or others, or potato chips or cheese doodles or something.
Here's my response. So, unless you're okay, so are you saying like sponsoring as in you have to have the product on you while you're recording and you have to like record it on like an actual camera, or are you saying like pretty much just mention them?
Just mention them.
Well, in that case, unless you like really despise the company or something, then I can understand. But if it's not, oh, you despise the company, you just don't like chocolate in general, but you still want to get paid, then you know, that's not really much of a big deal, in all honesty.
So that's the way they're selling out is you take them, even though you hate the product, you take the money anyways, because it's money. That's what selling out is, at least in my opinion, or where I've heard it is, too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And a lot of the time, they'll straight up just give it to you for free, so you can sponsor them. So it's not like you have to buy the product anyways. So well, I mean, if we're talking about chocolate company, I highly doubt they're going to send you shit. But if it's like a microphone company, like Blue, I think I'm pretty sure they're called Blue. Like they're Blue Snowball. If they want you to sponsor that, they'll probably just give it to you. Or either that or you'll just have to mention them without it.
You hear that, Blue? Send us all microphones.
Yeah, you're talking.
If you're watching right now, we'll take your microphones. We won't be selling out at all. At least I won't be. I don't know about these two.
So bottom line is, if you're going to do sponsorships or anything like that, do it responsibly. Like, there's also game reviewers and Let's Players who get paid to say good things about games. Like, I know there was that whole controversy where PewDiePie was paid by Warner Brothers to say nothing but good things about Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. But now Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor was a good game, but like the fact that they were just trying to do nothing but positive press beforehand seemed like they weren't confident in the game. And generally when you do that, that's not good.
Yeah, I guess you try to. Then if the game really is bad, and he thinks it's bad, and he still says it's good, then that's selling out.
Yeah.
Like this game, this game was great. I had a wonderful time playing it. The graphics were awesome, and the game control was amazing.
Dude, I swear to God, that's how everyone acts like in the fucking Facebook comments for Infinite Warfare, or as I call it, bullshit warfare. I swear to fucking God, that's what they're like. That is exactly spot on what they're like, except maybe... Well, I mean, it's comments, so you can't really do voice acting, but still, that's what they're like. And
you think they really,
even though they're technically not selling out, because they're not really... They're fucking individual people, but still, I mean, if anything, it's allowing the what the fuck? It's allowing infinite. What the fuck? I can't speak. It's allowing Infinity Ward to sell themselves out by using positive comments. Either that or they're paying those people to say those things. Because I guarantee you that if you go on one of their comment or one of their posts, you go in the comments section of it, I guarantee you that you will see at least a few posts, and it's one of the first few posts with positive feedback. But if you scroll down far enough, you'll see negative feedback after negative feedback after negative feedback. And you'll also notice that Infinity Ward will even comment only on the positive comments. I guarantee you it's going to be only on the positive comments. And on top of that, they could even delete your comment just because it's negative and they don't like it. And I know that for a fact because I have attempted to repost a specific comment about what I think about the game over 10 times.
But since it's negative,
Wow.
they won't let you post it.
They're trying to silence me. In fact, let me see what the next count would be. The next time I would repost it would be 13. So if I reposted it again, then it would be 13 reposts. And I guarantee you that it's been deleted for a while, mainly because I've been busy and I couldn't have time to repost it again.
But here's your chance. Tell people in the audience what your opinion is. They can't delete your posts.
Yeah, so, I mean, if a company is doing that on purpose, you know their fucking game sucks. And you'll know that even the company knows it, but they just won't admit it. Like, honestly. Wow, Mario, around 6. Jesus Christ.
I mean, there are some times where a company pulls that crap, but then like I said with Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, Warner Brothers was pulling that crap, like basically trying to make it so that people were only saying nice things about it. But at the very least, the game ended up being good. So.
Yeah, Bullshit Warfare is not a good game by any means. And fucking people will say, oh, you can't say this because the beta is different from the main game once it has the final release. And yet the funny thing is that people on there also said that you can't say anything unless you play the beta. So they're contradicting themselves, for one. And two, I'm pretty sure that the release of Bullshit Warfare is really coming close. Like, I think they said that's going to be released like on November 4th, if I'm correct. So technically, I actually do have the ability to fucking say shit about it because, I mean, the beta is so close to the fucking release that it's pretty much close to what the main game is going to be. I don't care if it's just multiplayer because multiplayer fucking sucks. And the thing with multiplayer, too, is that if there's a campaign mode, then multiplayer is going to hold you in its grasp. I fucking guarantee it. Because, I mean, are you really going to play campaign like over 100 times while you could just instead play campaign over 100? Or, sorry, not campaign, multiplayer over 100 times? I mean, let's be honest. People are going to play multiplayer more than campaign. And that's replayability alone.
I mean, it is true that with Call of Duty games and military shooters in general, a lot of people skip the campaign. If you look at the trophy list for Black Ops 3, a very little fraction of people who've played the game have the platinum. And you'll see it's because of the campaign.
God damn it. Hold on. Okay, you're going to repeat what you said because my headset was getting low.
All right, well, basically, a fraction of people on Black Ops 3, like 1% of people who play Black Ops 3 have the platinum. And that's because most of the trophies in the game you need to get by playing campaign. And if you look at the campaign trophies, barely anybody's even finished it. At least on hardened difficulty.
Wow.
And I'm going to do it, so I'm going to get some rare trophies on my PSN profile.
I'm probably going to do it on Halloween. I don't know if I'm going to guarantee it, but I can try and survive that shit.
Honestly, to me, the campaign's fine. There's enough action in it. Pretty long, so at least you're getting a good length campaign out of it.
Well, again, the reason why I decided not to even fucking play the campaign is because of the fact that it turned me right the fuck off on the very first level. I mean, if the very first level has you walking and flipping cameras for like the first 5-10 minutes and you only shot like 2 or 3 people, then that's a very bad thing. Especially when you have to wait for the AI to open everything for you, because you can't open crap otherwise.
Honestly, I'm on the first walking section that's been in the game since the opening.
Real fast. Hi, PFC. How you doing?
I'm doing just dandy. Don't ask me why I'm up this late.
We're talking about people saying you have to get all new equipment if you want to make a good YouTube channel and stuff, and advertising and stuff. Yeah,
Now,
someone told Stick here he has to get better stuff or something.
even though the stuff I use is serviceable. It's not like I'm Chris Chan, who uses a crappy PlayStation Eye camera to record all his videos, and that like gave a lot of his early videos like this ugly greenish tint.
I guess it really does all depend on what you're attempting to do with your YouTube channel. I mean, if you're trying to do like vlogs and stuff, you're gonna want a high quality camcorder. But if you're just trying to do like video games and stuff, then you don't need a full 4K digital webcam.
Yeah, like all I use is anytime I make a vlog video, I just use the iPhone, and that camera does fine for the most part. Or I use the camcorder that I've had for years. Unfortunately, the camcorder is kind of old. I mean, it's decent quality, but I think better can be done since better camcorders have come out in recent years.
One of my favorite YouTubers of all time, and actually the guy who kind of got me into doing YouTube myself, Blue Drake 42. He does vlogs every once in a while. All of his vlogs is done on his phone. He's got 150,000, almost 200,000 subscribers. He makes a living doing YouTube. That's his job.
And he doesn't have expensive equipment.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You don't need that.
Yeah, that's like the stigma that like all the YouTubers have like millions of subscribers, lots of equipment, like green screen stuff and all that. Like it's caused like a lot of these viewers that watch them to be like entitled. Like every single YouTuber they watch has got to be the same, and that's not a very good mentality to follow.
No, it isn't. I mean, even though Blue Drake 42 inspired me to do YouTube, I'm not doing what he does. I'm not doing exactly what he does. Just because I make game videos doesn't mean I'm exactly like Blue Drake 42 or exactly like Jacksepticeye or exactly like PewDiePie.
Yeah, like my Let's Play videos, I just do them in the old format that people were doing years ago. I don't have webcam footage in it unless it's part of a joke or something. at the end of my final video of my Shrek on Xbox Let's Play, featuring webcam footage, me showing off the Xbox, like basically to show their reaction. Basically said I was showing Mario and his friend What's Up 279, and then I also showed the disc of the game to like show that I was about to quote unquote destroy it.
If anything, it's just encouraging a stereotype.
You're always going to have that. Always. It doesn't matter what market you're working with, be it YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or any market. You're always going to have those stereotypical fanboys and fangirls who say, you're not doing it right if you're not doing it exactly like Joe Bob over here who's got 10 million followers. I spent $500 to custom build my PC. Almost 99% of the reason was for gaming. Not even for recording, not even for making YouTube. That happened to be a perk. I wanted a machine that could play the games that I wanted to play. Just so happens I can record video in HD and post it to YouTube. That's great. I do that. If people want to follow my YouTube stuff, excellent, let them. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. And eventually, hopefully, people are going to come across it. It's a new channel. It's slow to grow. People are going to find it. People are going to be like, hey, I like this. I like the feel of this. I like the fact that he's not pandering to people, that he's just, here's the game, and he's enjoying it. He's doing what he likes to do, and it's going to take a while, but, that's why Blue Drake 42 inspired me, because he talked about his YouTube channel exploded overnight, and he was just like, I don't like people. He was like, I hate people. I hate my fans. I hate my subscribers. Fuck all of you. I'm doing this because I want to do this. If you don't like it, piss off.
And apparently saying you hate people makes them like you more.
Well, it's because the people that follow him adamantly are, and I've chatted with a lot of them. A lot of his subscribers are actually very dear friends of mine, even though they haven't subscribed to me, and I wish they would. But that's besides the point. They're down to earth, real people. They're not these, you have to be a certain way in order to be part of the cool kid club. They're just, hey, this is what I like. This is my jam. If you don't like it, that's fine. That's cool. You find what you like. But this is what I like, and I'm going to chill with it.
I do what I do. Watch me or don't. Do not care.
Exactly. And his mentality doing YouTube is exactly the mentality that I've got going into it. This is what I enjoy doing. I'm going to post the videos that I enjoy doing. If other people enjoy it, great. If other people don't, great. I don't care.
That's honestly my mentality too. The reason why I do Let's Plays, especially the reason why I focus on licensed games in general, and why I think it's fun, is because when I was a kid, that's all I played. Everyone was playing Crash, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, maybe more violent games like Medal of Honor or something like that. Stuff like SpongeBob, Aladdin, Sesame Street was like one of the first games I played normally, like Elmo's Letter Adventure.
Do a Let's Play of Elmo's Letter Adventure. I would fucking join you on that shit.
I mean, I have to rebuy the game because my dad gave it away years ago. I mean,
I will buy it for both of us for fucking Christmas, and that will be the New Year's resolution, a Let's Play of Elmo's Letter Adventure. Yeah,
I do want to rebuy of some of the stuff I've given away over the years, and I've slowly been doing it. Like, one in particular was a game my sister had called Barbie Horse Adventures Wild Horse Rescue, which I considered like one of the worst PS2 games ever made. But I want to buy it because I played it with my sister, and then I ended up trading it in at GameStop, and I gave her the money for it because she wanted it. And now I regret it because now the game's like $10, and like the Xbox version, for some reason, it's like one of the rarest Xbox games there.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about my original Nintendo Entertainment System that I grew up with and the games that I had. Because if I were to go out and try to find Bubble Bobble as a cartridge, I'm looking at spending $40, and that game was great.
Then again, $10. No, $10 for Barbie is like two. Then again, I was actually at they have a lot of retro game stores near me. I went to a new one that I hadn't been to before yesterday. I found a Looney Tunes game on PS1 for $20. And I also found an Animaniacs game on the GameCube also for $20. I found a Muppets Racing game on the PS1 for about $13. And I wonder if Brandon's watching this. If he is, he's going to have to respond to me on Skype. I also bought the GameCube port of Shrek on Xbox because it's expanded.
So Mario, what about you? Do you do stuff on YouTube that you like to do or that people want you to do?
Personally, I do things that I like to do. In fact, actually, a few months ago, I posted a video asking people what they think I should change it with the channel. One of the videos I saw was like the rise and fall of COD, and well, pretty much that explains itself. And I'm starting to consider actually maybe doing that. I mean, right now I'm busy with a lot of stuff like school and other projects that it's going to take me a while, but eventually I'll get there, and Bullshit Warfare is going to be in it as well. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, people like come and tell me that I should play this game, play this game, play this game, but I might try it. But I am no good at shooting games. I've never been good at shooting games. I didn't even like shooting games that much. So, and if I try to play it, and I'm not into it, I think you could tell if someone's not playing a game they're not into. Like, oh look, I killed someone. Hooray! Oh look, I'm dead. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm open to taking suggestions from the community. I let people know on my Facebook and in my YouTube that, hey, if there's a game you'd like me to try, let me know. I'll get the game. I'll try it. I'll put it up on my channel. There are some games that I'm horrible at, absolutely horrible at, but I freaking love playing it just due to the fact that I'm horrible at it. My favorite PC game right now is Kerbal Space Program. I suck at it. I have about as much chance of successfully landing on the moon and surviving as I do successfully landing on the moon and surviving in real life. But people absolutely love it because I never know when I'm going to screw up. It's going to happen. I'm going to fuck it up. My shit is going to explode. That is a guarantee. But I never know when it's going to happen. And when it does happen, my reactions are beautiful. And that's me reacting myself as my shit explodes around me and just there's a 30-second pause and then me going, fuck, and then ending the video.
I mean, that's the reason why I do my videos. I never did get to say why I do it. The stuff I do. It's because, well, like I said, I mostly play licensed games. That's because that's most of what I played as a kid. So a lot of the games I played on YouTube so far is me revisiting those old games that I played as a kid. And
retro is in. Retro is in.
Yeah, and I mean, well, the oldest generation I have is PS1 because that's why I played when I was like a really little kid, and I had PS2 throughout most of my elementary school years, and I was playing the Wii and the PS3 throughout middle school and high school, and then towards the end of high school, I got an N64, a Dreamcast, an Xbox 360, and now I have the current 8th gen stuff.
Make me feel like an old fuck because I grew up with the Tandy Color Computer too.
Yeah, I grew up in Atari and a regular NES.
Mario had a Atari too. Mario's younger than I am, so I feel old. But
I grew up on Temple of Rom for the Tandy Color Computer 2. Fucking Google that shit. That was the worst game ever. That was worse than ET on the 2600. I swear.
Yeah, I grew up on Frogger and Centipede on 2600.
Wow. I grew up on mainly Nintendo, actually.
But
I used to have a Nintendo, a Sega, had a Dreamcast, had a PS1, PS2, still have my PS3, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Atari 2600, and a Tandy Color computer too. I also had an 18-in-1 Pong unit that plugged into the UHF of your TV.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Hang on.
TMI.
I mean, well,
I actually found a Pong system at a yard sale one time, but I couldn't get it to display on the TV because it was too new. Even with like going to Radio Shack and finding these like accessory bits that allows you to plug it into a current TV, it still didn't work. I mean, we could tell it was working because the sound was coming out of the console.
I think I've still got my my Pong system laying around somewhere, and it still works. I can still wire it up to my TV. I tried it out like 9 or 10 months ago.
Cool, you can do a Let's Play on your channel next, like Pong. Let's play Pong.
I just need other players because nobody else wants to play the damn thing with me.
Yeah. Off topic real fast. PC Havoc here is the one that helped me learn how to use OBS a few weeks ago.
Love it.
You got me on the fast track to using it.
I love OBS. If I sound funny on my end, I apologize. I'm eating ramen noodles right now because that's what a broke-ass YouTuber does.
So, I actually found out that Vandalia has a different version of OBS than I do. His version is really wonky for me. Like, you can't even... Yeah, like, my version allows you to customize what part of the screen or what part of whatever you want to capture, but Vandalia's is like so wonky that it requires you to like put in specific information. I'm just like,
and my
Lord.
version doesn't allow any form of that whatsoever.
Oh, so you must have the same one as this. Yeah, I think I don't know why there's two separate versions, but the one I have seems to be a lot easier to figure out.
I turn off all of my auto updates on everything.
It's not
all of my update notifications.
Oh no, it's not update. I don't think it's updates at all. I think it's literally completely separate versions of OBS. Not like, oh, here's a scanned version or no, not like that. I downloaded mine off the official website. Clicked like the first download button and bam, got my version. I don't know how other people got their version, but
yeah, I got mine from their website as well. Downloaded the free version.
Guess that's where I got mine too, because he downloaded it for me.
Yeah, and I noticed that there was two separate downloads that you can do. There's like the one that's like on the top of the page, and then another one that says OBS Classic, and it's not like the first version of OBS. No, it's like a different style, I guess you could say.
I got me and Vandalia's from the exact same place. From the top of the page, not the classic link. What happens is a lot of these sites, that link is the most recent iteration of their software, and you can update your software through their software as well. So you'll go to the website and download their software and have your copy, and then 10 months down the road, when they've released 14 updates to it and changed a lot of stuff, somebody else will come along, get the software exactly the same way you did, but have a completely different version because you've never updated yours. You haven't, you're not running the recent copy.
Right. I mean, for me, there's not really much reason to update it because, I mean, it works fine, so...
Exactly. That's how I feel about it for myself as well.
In fact, I don't even know if it's like there's an automatic update on OBS or anything. I mean, the only updates I found was like for specific things, not like for the software itself, but like for specific things I have set up. I guess sources or something like that. I can't really explain it, but it doesn't really seem like the software itself. Just seems like a different thing. I don't know. That's really weird though. That's all I gotta say.
There must be a way for Vandalia to get his working the way he wants it to.
Yeah, there probably is a way, but I mean, the way he has to do it just seems very awkward and really wonky. Like, like I said, for getting like specific parts of what you want to capture, you have to like literally put in like specific information, and on my version, all you have to do is click a custom thing, and then you could literally just drag the area you want to capture. You could visibly see what it's going to capture before you even test it out. So mine is very easy, unlike Vandalia's version, which I don't understand why they couldn't have just kept the same thing, but that's how they did it.
Yeah, mine doesn't allow me to select what I capture. I could select the source that it's capturing from, but I can't drag and be like, oh, I just want to capture this part. But again, it suits what I do.
Right. I think my version, in my opinion, seems to be, well, I wouldn't say the most chosen. I don't really know what version is chosen more, but I'd imagine it'd be more preferred my version, if anything, just because of the fact that you can specifically say that you want to capture a specific area, but not have to put in specific information.
Yeah.
Hell, it even gets people confused, as a matter of fact.
I said, for free software, I'm not complaining.
And I forgot what we were saying prior to being off topic.
I think we're talking about YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube drama.
Yeah. And why you?
I heard a bit about talking about people being sponsored.
Oh yeah, that.
And how that hurts YouTube in a sense. That PewDiePie will play a game that is paying him to review the game, and thus he gives a positive review of the game, but doesn't outright say he's being paid by the game developer. Leading his audience to have this idea that, oh, PewDiePie likes this game, even though he may not. He's saying he does because he's being paid to.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Like, if you're taking money for something that you don't like, but taking money, that's called that's selling out. Like our friend Snick here, he's not gone now, but he hates chocolate. So if like Hershey's, I mean, we pay him money. But here, talk about we give you money, talk about Hershey bars, and he said he takes it, then that would be selling out.
The issue therein is, if you're being paid by somebody to review something, you should openly, even if you're not giving it a positive review, you should openly be saying, I'm getting paid to do this. This is a paid endorsement. Because if you look at television commercials, product commercials on TV, a lot of the time they have actors, endorsing the product. You know that actor is being paid to endorse that product just through them being in the commercial. Yeah. We all know Bob Dole endorses Viagra because he was in all of the Viagra commercials. Does he like Viagra? I don't know. Does he hate Viagra? I don't know. But he's paid to endorse Viagra. I know that.
Yeah, I say if you like the product, and you actually we're going to use it, whatever, then sure, I take money for it if I like.
If you're endorsed by a product, a game developer contacts you and says, hey, I'm going to give you a free copy of this game. I want you to play it. I want you to check it out. We're going to pay you for your review, and you review it, and you claim it's a good game, and you get paid to do it. You should openly say, hey, I'm from the very beginning, I'm getting paid to do this.
Yeah. Do you think they still pay you if you played the game and say, you tell me this game sucks?
A lot of times it actually does happen. A lot of times people will give an honest review and they still get paid because a lot of game developers, a lot of companies out there really do care.
That's cool. And I think if you people if you hate the game and you lie about it to get the money, then I think that's stupid.
Well, really, it's your choice and whether or not you want to have the sponsorship with that company or not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you don't get a choice.
But being open about it and saying that you're being sponsored, because let's face it, Bob Dole isn't in every single medication commercial, but PewDiePie does play a lot of games. which ones are paying him to say this is a good game, which games aren't paying him to say that. I would like to know as a viewer so that I can make a proper informed choice, because at this present juncture are no longer private individuals. When you've got 10, 20, 30 million subscribers and you're making game videos and talking about your feelings about this game, you are no longer a private individual. You are now a public entity who can sway the market. If PewDiePie were to come out tomorrow and say, Battlefield 1 is the worst game ever, that's 30, 40, 50. I don't know how many followers he's got, how many subscribers he's got, but that's a huge number of people that he is.
I know for a fact that there was this indie game that came out and got really good reviews. He played it, hated it. His fans attacked the developer, and the developer quit making games as a result.
Exactly. He has such power now based off of his opinion. So if he's getting paid for his opinion, if he's getting paid to say a positive thing or a negative thing prior to actually forming his own opinion, if his opinion is being bought, he needs to openly say that his opinion is being bought. If he's not, then he's doing everybody a disservice. But then there are plenty of individuals out there who do get paid for their opinions, and they give negative reviews and they still get paid. Because there are a lot of game companies out there, a lot of companies in general, that want that feedback, that care about the community, that care about the game that they're producing. And knowing, oh, well, the community doesn't like this aspect of the game. The community doesn't like the way, the controls of the game are. We'll tweak that, we'll fix that, and we'll make it so that the community enjoys it. Because the game developers know if the community doesn't like it, they're not going to be making games for very much longer. Let's see how long No Man's Sky lasts.
Yeah, let's see how long Infinite Warfare lasts. Because I swear to God, on their Facebook posts, I guarantee you that the first few posts on the comment section will be positive, and the people that run the page will even reply to those positive comments. But then if you scroll down far enough, you'll see a lot of negative ones. Like, there's so many of them, and almost like makes imbalance between the amount of positives and negatives there are in the comment section.
Yeah, and you go to review pages on Steam in the Steam store, and some games out there are just like so many negatives.
Yeah, and what's even crazier is that the people that run the page will even delete the negative comments. They can't mass delete it, but they can certainly delete them nonetheless.
Yeah, that does happen. I have actually experienced it a couple of times in different forums. But recent news, absolutely love this. Valve is countersuing Happy Games, the maker of No Man's Sky.
You mean Hello Games?
Hello Games, yes, Hello Games. Sorry, I knew it was something. It began with H. Heretic Games, Hell Games, Have At My Stupid Ass Shit Games. The company that made
someone needs to make a company with that name. I'm sorry.
I will copyright that. But anyways, the company that made No Man's Sky was threatening lawsuits against a bunch of the people in the Steam reviews for making bad reviews, and were threatening to take down their reviews, and that if you didn't change your review, we're gonna sue you for defamation. So
essentially, they're a new digital homicide.
Yeah. So Valve is countersuing. Valve is countersuing No Man's Sky for threats against the Steam community. So Valve is stepping up and defending these people, going, look, you made a shit game. You're getting shit reviews. I'm sorry if you sold everybody a box of shit and somebody actually decided to say, hey, this is a box of shit.
We can thank Digital for that.
Mario was talking earlier about how his comments keep getting deleted on his review of the game, of a certain game.
Yeah, I saw this one comment. I don't remember what the main one was, but I noticed that it got a review, and the people that run the page were like, "Oh, let us know what you think of the game." And then I reply with my own comment, and well, of course, mine is negative because I fucking hated the game before the beta even came out. I even played the open beta, and I was proven even further that I hated the game. So, despite, like, even though my comment might have not been professional, it doesn't technically need to be because I'm the consumer, so I'm not like a lawyer or anything. And it's not specifically trolling, it's more of literally what I think. And there's a lot of comments that have profanity. A lot of those comments aren't deleted, and nobody really says a lot of the time, hey, my comment's been deleted a lot of times, you know? But my comment, or my reply to the main comment for at least COD, was deleted 12 times. And I kept reposting, and each time, in about an hour, maybe 2 hours, it would be deleted. And if I reposted it again, it would be 13.
There is a shift in the market that I have been noticing that I absolutely despise, and that is that oftentimes negative remarks are being swept underneath the carpet, being removed, being deleted.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's an overwhelming number of negative remarks where you just cannot stop the flood of negativity, it's being swept underneath the rug. Because you and I, as consumers, we really have no power. There are certain few that are actually stepping up. A certain few sources of reviews that are stepping up and defending the review community. Even the very the average Joe who wants to post a review, who purchased a game, absolutely hates it, and wants to rant and rave about it. Places like Steam does support the review community. But there are a lot of other places that people get their information from that it's being censored.
Yeah, like Facebook, for example. That's pretty much the COD Facebook page is pretty much a dictatorship completely. There is nothing going on Facebook to help fight back this ridiculousness.
Yeah.
And there's probably not going to be anything because the people that run the page literally have like full control over their comments. Well, I mean, like I said, they can't like do something like mass delete a bunch of comments because that's just not plausible. I don't even know if there's an option for that, but that's just not plausible. But despite that, it still happens.
Yeah, different subject, but the same subject. For all this, I'm blaming. I think it's the influence that SJWs are having on the media. Any negative thing about them or whatever, it's shut down immediately or whatever. Like if you say anything negative, you're like a racist or whatever, and say anything negative about this game, and they're like anything negative, they shut down about them.
That has been going on for a long time. That was going on during MySpace days. That was going on pre-MySpace. That was going on when the internet was still BBSs.
Yeah, but I think they're gaining more influence than they have been back then.
It's really what it has gotten to is the media has grown. Back in the day, it was MySpace, and if you look at MySpace during its heyday, it was nowhere as big as what Facebook is now. Nowhere near. The media just keeps getting bigger, so now you've got a huge group of individuals who are yelling and screaming at each other. I hate this game. I love this game. And people are finding ways to navigate the system in order to get their voice heard and everybody else is silenced.
Yeah.
They only want to hear the positive, so they're going to find a way to silence all the negative on their page. And then there are other pages that only want to hear the negative, and if you have anything positive to say, you're getting silenced.
But that reminds me.
Real fast.
Okay.
Second. Yeah, I was watching this video, the same subject of the video, where the SJWs want to get segregation back, kind of. They want to get their own quote safe spaces and not let anybody else in. Like even though like 20 years ago we got rid of the segregation together, they want to get everybody separated again. And like a quote safe space where people like us can't be there, but
well, if SJW wants their own little safe space, then the rest of us out here will be more than happy to pitch in $1 a piece, buy about 1 billion rubber duckies, glue them all together, put SJW on this giant rubber ducky raft, and then push them off the East Coast. There you go. There's your safe space. Good luck.
All right, go on, Snick.
Yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, on the internet, you'll see a lot of, like, some things that are overly negative. Like, for instance, sometimes some people who are sick with, like, what might just be the flu, they may go to the internet for help. They describe their symptoms. Nearly everyone responds saying they have something serious like cancer or AIDS. Say good luck, buddy. I'm sorry. Well, but you're gonna die.
Have you been on Facebook? Have you been on Facebook? If you've been on Facebook in the past 6 months, you've got cancer. Facebook has given you cancer. You have cancer. It hasn't.
Everything.
I don't.
No, it's not. No, it's not just Facebook. Fucking the internet itself is giving you cancer. Get off the internet. Like, no joke. Get off the internet.
Have you been to Reddit in the past couple of months? You've got cancer.
No.
Have you been on YouTube in the past 24 hours? You've gotten cancer from places like Cancer Alert.
And you know what? That's the thing. A lot of people are overly negative. Like, for instance, one thing, last summer I wanted to get a summer job, and that's a task that's not exactly easy, but it's also not hard either if you, like, know people who need help or something. Not according to the internet. According to the internet, it's impossible. Literally, forums on websites like Indeed, Yahoo, they go on and on moping, saying, oh, they've been working for 20 years. Now they can't get work ever since they were laid off. No one wants to hire me. Everyone's nasty. I can't do it. Wah. And you'll notice there's no comments arguing the contrary, saying that they're fine. And even if there are, they always get downvoted, and the moping and doping comments are always upvoted. Tell me this. If there's so many people who apparently are so skilled and qualified and can't get work, how is it that nearly every kid I've talked to at my school has work of some kind?
Yeah. I love these people who go on and on and on about, there's no work available. There's no work available. I can't get a job. I can't get a job. And my response to them always is, maybe you're being a little too picky. Maybe you're trying to get a job that either A, pays more than you're qualified to get, or B, is beyond your qualifications. Tone it down a bit.
Or you're not putting the effort into it.
Or you're not putting the effort in, because it's if you're getting turned down left and right, because it does happen. It does happen. I know a few people who legitimately went out job hunting and they busted their ass job hunting, and months went by and they couldn't get a job. And I asked them, I was like, what were you applying for all of this time? Oh, I was applying for management this and management that. Have you ever done management? No, never done. Oh, well, of course you're not going to get the job.
What I understand about that is some people, how can you they apply for a job and they tell you you're overqualified. How can you be overqualified for a job?
That doesn't happen very often.
No. Oh, and when it does happen, it's because of the company being dicks, basically. At least that's the way I see it.
Yeah, it has happened a few times to me, but it doesn't happen very often.
But how's that possible? How can you be overqualified for a job?
Because in reality, a lot of companies would take overqualified people because that means they can pay them less. But I don't know.
Never heard of them saying, "Oh, I can pay less because you're really experienced at this."
I mean, or at least that's the way bad companies do it. I don't know. The bottom line is, you got number one, you got to make sure you're looking good. You're looking for things you think that you can do. Two,
exactly.
Talk to your friends and family. They could probably help you out. And three, you got to put the effort not just into looking for something, but also for the application process. A lot of people just post a resume on like Monster or something and they expect a response. What you got to do is not only do an application, but get in contact. Ask them, hey, you need help or anything? I'm here.
I have legitimately gotten jobs before just because they were sick and tired of me calling them asking about my application. That they finally got fed up and they were just like, you know what? You got the fucking job. Stop fucking calling us.
It works. See?
You can annoy the piss out of somebody into a job. I'm living proof.
See? It's all about putting that effort in.
And the same holds true with your children. You can annoy the piss out of your children till they get a job. I'm living proof about that as well.
Is that what you're doing for your kids?
So bottom line is, the internet's overly negative for the wrong reasons.
Yes. It is the internet is a microcosm of American life where everybody feels that they are entitled to everything, and anybody who disagrees with them is wrong no matter what. It doesn't matter what the conversation is. It doesn't matter what the debate is. You're wrong. One of my really good friends, one of my dear friends, went out and bought No Man's Sky. And I told him, I was like, dude, it's shit. You just spent $60 for shit. If you really wanted a $60 shit, I would have been more than happy to come by your house and take a shit. And I wouldn't even take your money. I wouldn't even take your money. I'd let you keep your money because I love you. These people don't love you. They're taking your money and giving you shit. And he was like, well, I want to try it out myself. And a week goes by. And I'm like, so what do you think? And he was like, it's a very pretty game. And I said, is it $60 pretty? And he went, no, it's not. I said, so it's shit. And he was like, well, they say that they're going to update it. And I was like, okay, you have faith in the almighty dollar powers. More power to you, brother. More power to you. I don't have faith in that because I know the minute somebody gives me money, I'm just going to do the laziest fucking thing in the world and supply just the bare minimum. And then when they're all like, well, I paid you $60. Well, I did my contract. You should have paid me after the job was done, not before the job was done. Week goes by, and I get back in touch with him, and I'm like, how do you feel about No Man's Sky? And he immediately goes, it's a fucking piece of shit. I'm wanting my refund money back. I'm arguing with Steam right now to get my money back. And I'm like, did you put in too many hours to get the refund? Yeah, I did, but no, dude, you screwed yourself. You cannot.
Hello.
You cannot. You can't cry foul when you bought a $60 piece of shit and proceeded to try to defend this piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm in a podcast now.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that with Black Ops 3. I mean, right now I'm kind of having like a little thing with Black Ops 3 because of Infinite Warfare and Infinity War's bullshit. But I mean, back when the game was like first released, like last year Christmas, Black Ops 3. At first, I was, getting my waters tested with the game. I didn't really have any complaints about it yet because I didn't really know anything about how the game was going to be. And eventually, over time, I'm just not having a good time with it. But despite this fact, I tried my best to like it as much as I could. A few more months go by, and I lose hope. And on top of that, I also already bought the season pass a long time ago, so it's not like, oh, I can sell the game. No, there's no point in selling it now because I already bought the season pass. So I just wasted $50 more.
That just opens up a whole nother door as to things that I hate about the video game industry. I mean, if we wanted to talk about things that I absolutely hated about the video game industry, we would be here for a while. There are things that they are doing that I cannot stand that I think is going to literally, within the next 5 years, kill everything we consider to be awesome about video games. Will be dead in 5 years.
Hey, there's always next week's podcast.
I mean, well, Titanfall 2 recently announced they're not doing a season pass. They're releasing all DLC free.
That's good, but
and the game's getting acclaimed because of it.
Yeah, but mind you, a lot of games talk about this is how we're going to come out. They come out, and they don't live up to that. They don't live up to that. So if Titanfall 2 lives up to that, kudos to them. I applaud them. Bravo.
I know that Payday 2 actually was an example of a game that went back on its promise. They were like, oh, we're never going to put microtransactions. We're never going to put... He got that. We're never going to put microtransactions. And then, surprise, surprise, they did it. They put microtransactions in. But the developer of the game bought the rights to publish the game from the publisher, and they took the microtransactions right out.
Yeah.
So...
And going back to what I was saying, real quick, to basically sum it up, after months of trying to like it, I hated it. I tried everything else, and I just got even more reasons to hate it. And I like to think that I'm kind of part of the reason why I got one of my friends to dislike Black Ops 3, because at first, for a long time, they actually did like it, and I never understood why. And I'm trying to, like, prove him, hey, this game is bad because of boom, boom, boom. But he would still like it. But eventually, I finally got it through his head that, hey, this game is a terrible game. And eventually he agreed with me and hasn't really played it ever since, really. He still hasn't.
Some people have rose-tinted glasses about stuff, and what you do. They like what they like.
What's that?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think the game's just another game in the series because I don't quite understand why you hate it, but
No, you know, and I respect everybody's opinions on things. I didn't like Black Ops 3 because how it was released, because there was a poo ton of DLC on day one. That irks me to no end. That you're gonna charge me $60 for a brand new AAA title, and you're gonna charge me another $10 for Map Pack 1, and then another $10 for Map Pack 2, and then another $10 for Map Pack 3.
Or just straight up another $50 for the season pass.
I mean, maybe the reason why I don't hate it as much as the two of you do is because I didn't buy it at launch. I bought it used for $13, and through a combination of promos, I got the season pass half off.
I got it as a Christmas present.
Yeah,
so I got it absolutely free, except for season pass, so technically not. But
in fact, that's probably the reason why I'm so forgiving on games. A lot of them I buy cheap. Like a lot of them I don't buy at $60.
There's a lot of games that I don't buy. I always wait for games to come down in price. Always. And usually I get my shit off a Humble Bundle. I wait until it's been like out for 10 years and then I buy it. But I take into consideration, you know, when I see a game coming out, what is it offering? What is it offering for that money? Why should I spend? And we'll use No Man's Sky for example, but just because that's one of the most recent iterations of this crime. What are you telling me is in the game? What is in the game once it's released? What add-ons and updates are you going to be pushing out? And are you really going to push these things out? I take those things into consideration when I choose to hate a video game or just dislike it. I dislike Black Ops 3. Gameplay-wise, I've played it. It's not bad. It's no different than any of the other Call of Duty games.
And that's my consensus. Yeah.
Yeah. Gameplay-wise, it's no different than any of the other Call of Duties. It's no different than any of the other Treyarch and Infinity Ward iterations of the game series. It's really no different. Multiplayer, it's really not much different. I hate, which is one of the reasons I dislike Black Ops 3. I hate day one DLCs. You're telling me that I have to spend more money
So
for all of these little extras, these tiny little extras, a map pack or something like that on day
So-
one. You're telling me
Yeah.
that stuff was available. You could have put it in the full game and released it with the full game, but you chose to be a money-grubbing whore?
So if the DLC had come out like a month or two later, a year later, you wouldn't have what's the problem with it?
Not at all.
I mean,
Not at all. Because, for example, Borderlands 2 is still coming out with DLCs. They are still
It
coming out
is?
with campaign expansions. The game
It
is
is?
still going. Yes, it is.
On the
It is
Handsome
still coming out with
Collection?
DLCs. Yeah, it is still coming out with DLCs. Borderlands 2 still has DLCs coming out.
But it was
They are staying on top of that game. So yes, am I going to have to spend $9 or $10 to get this bonus content? Yes, but that tells me that the developers are like, hey, people love this. People want to keep playing it. Let's add some more stuff to keep people playing it. And as a gamer, I'm like, sweet, more stuff. It keeps the playability of that game way into the future.
Oh, my
If you
dog's
wanna-
getting in the webcam.
Oh, he's so adorable.
but not when the game comes out. That by the way, even though you spent money for this game, right now you can get more of it.
Yeah, because I've got friends who play because I've got Black Ops 1 and 2. I've got friends who still play Black Ops 1 and 2. I don't have some of the map packs. And when I want to play with my buddies and they're all like, "Hey, I want to play this map." Sorry, dude, I ain't got that. I don't have that map.
So
when you've got a game coming out day one and you've got people who are like, I want to play with my friends. But Bob, who happens to have more money than I do because mommy and daddy are both doctors, is getting all of the map packs. I'm not going to be able to play the game with my buddy now.
So Mario, what's your DLC opinion?
Okay, so I actually want to talk about the game itself in general. I mean, yeah, DLCs are just DLCs. I didn't really know anything about the day one stuff, but I could see why you hate it because of that. That is kind of ridiculous. Just have it boom day one.
Yeah.
But here's what I think of the game in general. Just like with or without DLCs, really. But I'll include DLCs, at least from what I played up to before I gave up on this game. So let me start off with campaign. Campaign turned me right off on the first level. And the reasons why were because, one, the story felt completely bland from the first mission. Two, like in the first 5 or 10 minutes, literally all you do is shoot like 2 or 3 people, and then that's all you shoot, and you have to walk around for a long while, and on top of that, wait for your NPC to unlock everything, and all you can do is walk and, I believe, crouch. You can't do anything else. And eventually, you'll get to a room, and you'll have to flip cameras. What the fuck is this? Five Nights at Freddy's? I thought I was playing Call of Duty. Why am I flipping fucking cameras, for God's sakes? So, eventually, it does pick up. According to Schnick, after that crap from the first level, all it is, from, I'm assuming, up to what he's played, is pure shooting. Which, that's fine, but why was this direction chosen on the first level? Like, I don't even understand that. And despite that fact, I wanted to see exactly what else the first level had to offer. So I continued playing, and eventually I get to the point where I can now actually regularly shoot people. I've noticed something really odd, and I have played Black Ops 1 campaign, and mind you, was on the Wii, but it's basically the same thing as on other consoles, just without good graphics. But nonetheless, I played.
You were a true hardcore gamer because I played Black Ops 1 on the Wii, and I'm sorry, anybody who could freaking aim with the Wii nunchuck is a god in my book.
Well, you're looking at me, so I didn't even have a Pro Controller back then. But yeah, so the campaign on Black Ops 3, I can never understand this, but I noticed that there was a lot of ammo. I'm just gonna call them ammo packs. I noticed there was a lot of ammo packs in the level, and I decided to play through the entire level again. I don't remember what my final count was because it's been so long, but there was an absurd amount of ammo packs, like so much that you can literally play through a whole level, assuming you're not intentionally trying to shoot at nothing a lot of the time, you'll never run out of ammo. Guaranteed. And
honestly, that's what it feels like in every game in this series, though.
And what confuses me even further is every now and then they'll have like certain ammo packs placed in really what's the term? I don't remember the term, but basically really weird placements. Like you'll have an ammo box that you can only use once, right next to an ammo box that you can use indefinitely. Why have that one where you can only use once, right next to one where you can use indefinitely? Fuck the one that you can only use once. I'd rather use the one that's indefinite. Like, why would you even do that? And on top of that, it never changes. No matter what difficulty you play on, it will not change. I've tried veteran, and I didn't try realistic because fuck that shit. Like honestly, fuck that shit. But I tried veteran after standard, same exact count, and it goes on for the second level on top of that, and instantly just done with the whole campaign. I just did a complete 180 after that realization.
Okay.
Multiplayer is pretty crap. I mean, it just. Oh shit! I forgot something. Campaign. One other confusing thing I like to state about campaign is why do you level up in campaign? What's the purpose of it? Why do you create a class in campaign? Just give me a fucking gun so I can use it. I don't give a shit what the gun is. Just give it to me.
I like customizing.
So okay. So back to multiplayer real quick. Yeah, multiplayer is pretty crap. Gameplay, I don't know. It's not exactly strategic, especially since you pretty much can go through the level really quickly. Like, literally, you could probably get from one half of the level to the other in like less than 30 seconds. That's just a random guess, though. But I imagine that happening. And I've also noticed that in a lot of the maps, if not all the maps, you can see that there's 3 branching paths that you can take, always. Whereas in other COD games, it's not exactly like that. It's pretty much more, well, I don't want to say open, but it's more than just 3 branching paths, I think. And they make it so obvious in some of the maps. Like, they literally make it so obvious, it's ridiculous. I can't really say a lot about gameplay. From what I can remember, it's just not good. There's some questionable moments that happens, and it's not really a good experience. The one thing that pisses me off about multiplayer the most is the fact that you have to get weapons and supply drops. Everyone has stated this, so I'll just make it brief. Having that weapons or extra weapons in the supply drops makes no sense, especially since you have a rare chance of getting it. In fact, you have a higher chance of getting melee weapons that do the same exact thing as the ballistic knife than getting actual guns. In fact, there's a YouTuber called Merc Music that has purposely bought supply drops, intentionally trying to get actual guns. He got it more often on Xbox One, but on PS4, he barely got anything. And on top of that, he's even gotten duplicate melee weapons a bunch of times. So, we know for a fact that getting weapons is a very low chance. like if not extremely low. And because of that reason, multiplayer is garbage. And moving on,
the garbage dynasty.
Yeah,
moving on.
You sound like somebody that I know. That it's a I've created an internet personality about these people. I like to call them COD cancer remission survivors.
That sounds pretty accurate.
You are describing if you were to remove the statement Black Ops 3 from everything that you have said and replace that with any other iteration of the COD family, you would be right on point. Every single Call of Duty game from Modern Warfare on has been the same. It's just, it takes people a long time to catch on to the fact that, hey, this is cancer. It's literally the video game equivalent of cancer. It crops up slowly. You don't notice it. It's a little lump. Oh, it'll go away. And then a couple of months later, it fucking kills you.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I do like Black Ops 1 multiplayer on PS3. Not Wii, because I feel Wii is just, it's too complicated. But
I will tell you.
I like multiplayer on PS3. But is it something I'm gonna play like religiously? Hell no. I'm gonna enjoy it, but I'm not gonna enjoy it that much.
The one redeeming factor of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 that is not Black Ops 3.
Let me guess, zombies. Yep,
zombies.
Zombies. I called it.
That was the only redeeming factor, because if you look at Black Ops 1 broke from the Modern Warfare 2 kill streak reward craziness. You still had kill streak rewards, but it broke a lot of the craziness. Like, oh, yay, one person on my team is really good. He's going to get the nuke. Game over. We win. Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 didn't have that. And I was just like, thank you, sweet Jesus. You know, you've removed the nuke. Thank you.
Person who does the podcast.
But Black Ops 3, it was just like, we've lost a lot of gamers to the Modern Warfare series. Since Modern Warfare has come out with the new version, everybody's going that way. Maybe we should start emulating them. And no, don't, please don't, please. You're going backwards. Don't do this to me. For a minute, I was starting to love you, and now I don't anymore.
And you'll also notice that a lot of people use the term boots on the ground. Over time, as the release of Infinite Warfare came closer and closer, I think people preferred the boots on the ground gameplay more because, I mean, let's just assume that there wasn't any kill streaks or perks or none of that. Let's just assume that guns were just the main factor and it was pretty balanced. People liked it because it was strategic, it wasn't too crazy, and keep in mind I'm saying this without just perks or any of that. It was pretty simple, I'd say, and overall fun. Black Ops 3, and I'll count Advanced Warfare as well because that's the first game, and I noticed that people said kind of the same thing. They didn't like it because of the fact of exosuits, pretty much.
Yeah.
The addition of exosuits was too much in Advanced Warfare, people said, and despite the fact that Black Ops 3 simplified the exosuit movement, it still wasn't good enough to be a main factor of good gameplay. People didn't like it, and therefore not as good as the other ones. And then now Infinite Warfare is basically literally copying what Black Ops 3 did, and actually they even made it worse because on Infinite Warfare, the maps aren't even built for wall running. And when I say this, I'm saying this literally. Like, you'll notice in Black Ops 3, you can wall run freely on the maps because the way it's structured is meant for wall running. Therefore, you can do it easily. On Infinite Warfare, it feels like it's discouraged because, again, map's not built for it. And on top of that, I feel like that I'm falling off. Like if I try to wall run, I feel like I'm falling off of the walls more than clinging onto them.
Yeah.
So clearly they made it worse.
Yeah, real fast. I think it applies to PFC too. Like I think our boots on the ground games when we were growing up were like Contra and Doom.
Yes. Yes. Mostly Doom.
Yeah, and I don't know if Halo has done any crazy things with their games over time because I never really follow them. But from what I can tell, which if I get something wrong, I apologize because I'm not really in the know of Halo. But as far as what I can tell, they didn't really change too much on what they did between games. The only changes I've heard between two specific games, I can't remember what they were, was the fact that the sword, I think energy sword they call it, from one game it was just sword with energiness. Um, and then the next game or whatever, they made it so it had ammo. Other than that, I don't think they changed it too much. And did people?
I've played the Halo games, and
I
well,
cried.
sorry to interrupt.
I cried when from Halo to Halo 2, the Warthog became destructible. I cried. I'm sorry. Anybody who sat around with Halo and had their buddies sitting around and they just decided to go into Blood Gulch Cannon with a bunch of grenades, 300% life, and rocket launchers and just fuck around for about an hour. The fact that Warthogs were then destructible in the next iteration of the game, I cried. But continue, Schnick.
Yeah, well, sorry to interrupt you, Mari, but yeah, I've played the Halo games, and they do change some, like, the overall gameplay between the games basically feels the same, but, like, from Halos 1, 2, and 3, like, you feel like they were evolving things. Like, for instance, Halo 2 had online multiplayer, and I don't think Halo 1 had it.
No, it didn't.
And additionally, they also added in the ability to dual wield weapons in Halo 2, and they also make it so that the enemies have ragdoll physics.
Yep.
And they also introduced some new weapons while also taking some out. And then in Halo 3, they made it so that the campaign could be played in co-op unless it was possible to do it in the first two games. I don't know if it was. And additionally, they made it so that they kept the dual wielding it, and they made it so that you could reload each individual gun with two. Like, if you wanted to reload the gun in your left hand, then you press the left bumper, and then the right bumper for the gun in your right hand. But then, for Halo 4, they ended up taking out dual wielding. The reason why, I don't know. But then they added in all these new weapons. They added basically all the games, like, add, like, these different environments. I think they add, like, a bunch of different game modes between. And then in the Master Chief Collection, all 4 games move at 60 frames per second, with the first 2 games having the option to switch between the original graphics and the remastered graphics. And then there's also the matter of Halo 3 ODST, which was basically a single-player expansion to Halo 3. And there was no... That one had an open-world environment of sorts in some of the missions, where you had to, like, search for, like, evidence to, like, activate, like, the other missions. And then there was also Halo Reach, which kind of added a leveling up to the campaign. And there was also... they kept the co-op from Halo 3. And then I haven't played Halo 5, but for one thing, they actually toned down the violence, or maybe they were just asked for a reevaluation, because all of the mainline Halo games were rated M up to that point, but they were very soft M's. So as a result, Halo 5 got a T rating.
So off subject, but on subject too, what do you guys consider what makes a good game? I like games that have a good story, and 2, I can actually play. You know, if I can't do that, what's it called? Platform. I can't platform the game. character, even though it has a great story, I can't play the game. Oh.
Well, I'll go first.
I mean,
yeah,
well,
I was kind of waiting.
I mean, well, story and gameplay. Honestly, the best games to me are the ones that balance it perfectly. But if you had to pick one, then it would probably have to be. Then again, it's debatable because some games may have a really good story, but the gameplay sucks, basically sucks.
Yeah.
But if the story's good, then it'll keep you pushing through. With KH, a lot of people didn't like Days too much because of the DS's hardware limitations, but it was the story that kept them pushing through, and that's why I got decent reviews.
Yeah, I didn't like Coded for that same reason, because of that card system.
But Coded, the problem with Coded is that its story was weak. So as a result, Coded was not Coded and Days. They both had problems with their gameplay, probably because of the DS's hardware limitations. But Days at least had the story going for it. Coded didn't really have anything.
The reason why Coded doesn't have a great story was because the original game, Kingdom Hearts Coded, was pretty much a phone game. Recoded was the remastered version for the phone game, but on the DS. Therefore, it didn't really have that much of a story. Was the gameplay good? If it was good enough to keep me going through the game, then I'd say yes. It's a decent game. Not the best one in the series, but a decent game.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just
I didn't say Coded.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Did I say Coded? I meant Chain of Memories. I think I meant.
Yeah. I was confused when you said Coded and cards. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
I meant Chain of Memories. That card system is.
In fact, I was about to correct you too.
My opinion on what makes a good game or a bad game is what is the game? Purely, what is the game? I went to school for video game design and production. Got a bachelor's degree in it, as a matter of fact. Did absolutely nothing with it, of course.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I got that from both ends. That's beautiful. What is the game? Is the game a first-person shooter? Is it an RPG? Is it a fusion of different game elements? What is the game you're trying to make? Once you know what game you're trying to make, I like racing games. I like first-person shooter games. I like tactical, strategic, massive multiplayer games. If feel free to check out my channel. My favorite videos, my top videos are Project Reality gameplay. If you've not seen Project Reality,
Mario, what are you playing?
Absolutely love the game.
I was playing Black Ops 3 because I was bored and I'm trying to get myself prepared for the Halloween.
Snick here has had the best luck of racing games on his channel.
Oh my god.
I love racing games. Now, I'm probably, if I ever post racing game videos, it probably won't be the greatest, but I don't care. I love racing games. I love the Gran Turismo series. They hold a special place in my heart. Love them. I love first-person shooter games. I spent 8 years playing competitive Counter-Strike Source. Love the game. I love role-playing games. You name a role-playing game over the past, or a role-playing game series over the past, 27 years, I've played it. Love that. Love role-playing games. I love platform games. I love games, period. I just love games. I will play stupid games. I will play, intelligent puzzle-solving games. It doesn't really matter. It's really, what game are you trying to make? And once you know what game they're trying to make, for example, a first-person shooter game. You're making a first-person shooter game. Well, what do you plan to do with that first-person shooter game? I will look at Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and go, you know what? I don't like your campaign. I don't like your single player. I really don't. There's nothing there. You've given me white bread, and you haven't even toasted it. You didn't give me any butter. You didn't give me any peanut butter. You didn't give me diddly squat. You just gave me some white bread and went, there. This is the next best thing to sliced bread. And I'm like, fuck you. Maybe your multiplayer is good. Maybe you decided because the market is shifting towards multiplayer that your multiplayer game is going to be great. So you're not going to put a lot of effort into your campaign. I get that. So I'll check out your multiplayer. Oh, wait a minute. Your multiplayer is cookie cutter to everybody else's multiplayer. You're not really doing anything new. You're not really doing anything to capture me. It's none of the Call of Duties are tactical. I laugh my ass off when somebody says that, the Call of Duty multiplayer is tactical. It's not. Quick scoping, if you're capable of quick scoping, that's not tactical. Even if you've got the skill to quick scope, the fact that the system is capable of doing that, because bullets in the Call of Duty series instantly leave their barrel, instantly hit their target on a straight fucking line and don't experience bullet drop, that's not tactical. If you've got a guy who's on your team who's exceptionally skilled at the game, he can win that game for the team. He could carry a shit team. That's not tactical. Tactical would require everybody to work together as a unit. Check out my Project Reality videos. Check out some of my Insurgency videos that I've posted. I take shit teams and lead them to victory by getting everybody to work together. Where we started out getting our asses handed to us, we end up leading on to victory because you get everybody to work together. Taking objectives, taking, these tactical and strategic points in order to win the game. I love that shit. But there's a market for the Call of Duty shooter. There is a market for that. And what Black Ops 3 was just a cookie cutter to the rest of the industry. And that upset a lot of the Call of Duty fans. So that was a bad game because it upset its own fan base by just being a cookie cutter.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So between in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era, I'm just focusing on that because I still hate PS4 CODs, excuse me. But between Battlefield and COD, I feel like that they can be both enjoyed equally. And I say that because technically, if you think about it, they have different purposes. Like what you were saying with games being tactical. Battlefield 1 is a great example of being tactical. There is bullet drops in that, and
same with Bad Company 2.
All in all, requires teamwork. That game would be meant more for someone that wants to play with friends or just a group of people in general, and like working together or whatever. Basically, playing with friends. You can play it by yourself, but for me personally, I'd enjoy to play it with friends more. For COD, I'm more inclined to play it by myself if it's just multiplayer. And if it's zombies, then, well, if I'm getting bored by myself, then I can grab friends, but I can play by myself. And the reason is because COD is, their purpose is to just have a bit of fun, regardless if you're playing with people or not. And it could be, I guess you could say, a time waster, but that's not really a great choice of words. But all in all, just plain fun. And yeah, there is a little bit of tactability in it, but that's to an extent. I mean, yeah, I do agree that quick scoping is kind of not really a good strategy, especially in Infinite Warfare. I'm sorry if I keep kicking the bush with that game, but that game just, yeah. But all in all, it's still a fun game nonetheless, at least to me.
Oh, and I accept anybody's opinion when they say it's a fun game. I look at, I hate Modern Warfare 2 from the COD series. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. Everything about that game rubs me the wrong way. But when it came out, graphics were good. When it came out, gameplay was good. Story, the campaign was, fairly decent when it came out. Multiplayer playability was decent when it came out. I hated it, shortly after it came out, just because it's not my jam. It's not my cup of tea. Not my thing. I've got nothing against the game personally. Like, oh, they lied to me. They sold this as, as something other than what it was. I was under no illusion that it was going to be anything than what it actually turned out to be. They did good by that, and they have a huge fan base, and they've continued that. Continued pandering to that fan base, and I'm like, that's good on you. Good on you. You've got a fan base, keep going. That's awesome. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But what makes a good game versus a bad game is when a game like Black Ops 3 started to do, and like Infinite Warfare actually did, is when it starts attacking its own fan base. When it starts, everything that built that game up from its earliest days to the final iteration of the series, you are biting the hand that feeds you now. Now, that's not my cup of tea. I will play the Battlefield series till I'm blue in the face. I'm actually like super stoked about Battlefield 1. Even though a lot of people say it's crap, I'm super stoked about trying it. Battlefield series and World War I weaponry, heck yeah. Give me a horse any fucking day. I'll be happy. But I'm super stoked about that. I've never been super stoked about any of the Call of Duty games. That's not my cup of tea. Infinite Warfare is biting the hand that feeds it by attacking its own fan base and doing a lot of the things that has its own hardcore diehard fans going, this is shit. If that's the direction you're going, you're a bad game. That would be like I don't know, Bethesda Studios coming out with the next iteration of Elder Scrolls and setting it, I don't know, on the moon with laser weapons. The Elder Scrolls fans would go ape shit. They have to do it in a certain way in order to keep what built them up, who made them into who they are today. You need to play to those people because you've created this fan base.
Yeah, real fast. What you said earlier, mentioned something earlier, reminded me of something I talked about before, that I like good graphics too, but I don't play games based on the graphic. If a game that's good graphics is awesome, but I've seen people literally saying won't play games just because the graphics are terrible or whatever. Like, speaking of someone who grew up like on Frogger and Mario 1, graphics. I mean, I like graphics too, but they don't make a good game.
I really don't care about the graphics. Ultimately, the graphics are not the most important. The only time I take the graphics into account is if the graphics contribute to or diminish from. If the graphics contribute to the story, contribute to the play, contribute to the feel I get from the game, great. If they detract from it, that's not great. But there are very few games out there that either do contribute or detract with the graphics.
They say they're not realistic enough.
Yeah, that doesn't ultimately matter. The Elder Scrolls series, it does only because of Morrowind.
Yeah.
They broke huge ground with Morrowind, and they had to keep that envelope going.
Yeah.
Because they created that trend in their own series. If the next iteration of the Elder Scrolls story doesn't have top of the line graphics, people are going to be very upset.
Sure. Yeah, like you said, you grew up on Pong and Atari 2600, so
yeah,
anything compared to that is good graphics, in my opinion.
Yeah. Some of my favorite games. I mean, I'm going through my Steam library right now, looking at what games I've got like the most hours played. We're looking at Terraria, Minecraft, and Kerbal Space Program. These are games that don't have high-end graphics at all. But some of the games that I have a bunch of hours added into as well that do have, what I consider their graphics aren't super high-end, but the graphics truly do add to the gameplay. Borderlands and Borderlands 2. BioShock. The remastered BioShock 2, remastered BioShock Infinite. The graphics added to the game. Dramatically added to the game. I mean, if you changed the lighting in any one of those 3 games by like plus 10 gamma, it wouldn't be the same game anymore. The lighting was spot fucking on. That was beautiful. They helped tell the story with the lighting. And the same is true with music in games. You know, if the music isn't spot on, it can detract or add.
Yeah, music, the other thing. Sometimes games have music where they shouldn't be, or no music where it should be, and that
and it all depends on the circumstances. You know what they're trying to do with the music. Some games have done it exceptionally well. Some games have done it horribly. But for the vast majority of games, it's there. Yeah, you know that the music is there. It doesn't really add, it doesn't really subtract. So what really makes a good game is how the developer puts all of that together to make something that they feel ultimately is the developer making a game that they want to play, or is the developer making a game to make money? Because I'd say over the past 10 to 15 years, when developers come out with a game, the good games are the ones that the developers are actually making a game that they themselves want to play. And those games become successful. And then when a developer goes, okay, I'm going to make a game because I want to make money, it turns out to be a shit game. Minecraft. Phenomenal game. It is great. You can argue against its graphics. You can argue against its gameplay. You can argue against every little detail about that. But it's a great game. Your quips about the game are going to be opinion based and not the actual structure, because the gameplay is smooth.
Yeah.
There's no story, but there was never intended to be a story. He never said there was going to be a story. It wasn't going to be a role-playing game. It was a build-your-own-world game, and that's what you do. Some people like it, some people don't. But that's opinion-based. The game itself is phenomenal and has created a new wave of style based off of it. It has created its own genre. But he made that game because he wanted to play that game. Then you've got No Man's Sky. The developers made that game to make money. That's the only reason that game ever got made. And that game is shit. And it shows. There is no love for No Man's Sky in No Man's Sky developed by No Man's Sky. There's no love there. It is just, how do we make money? And Notch with Mojang and Minecraft, it was, how do I make something that I want to play?
And you could say the same thing with companies making money purely because they want to make money off games are on the mobile market. That's probably the biggest area that's not by a huge company.
Or Steam Greenlight.
Where you can find it.
Yes. I hate the mobile market, and I hate Steam Greenlight. I hate both of them.
Yep, I've heard things about the mobile market, like, oh, the pictures were like one thing, but then when I bought the game, it was a completely different thing. Nothing like what the pictures provided, and it was practically, if not false advertising, entirely. And
then Steam Greenlight is just, hey, I've got this really great idea for a game. Throw money at me, and I'll start making the game. And then, you throw money at them to make that game, and then the game comes out. You get early access, alpha, for it. And it's like, oh, this is nothing like what you said it was going to be. This is nothing what you promised it was going to be. I want my money back. Oh, no, it's too late. I already spent all the money on this, and you're not going to get your money back because you contributed to this. And I specifically said that, things can change because that's how the market is. That's how development goes. It's a fluid situation, and sometimes things can't be brought to iteration. No, fuck you. If you told me you were going to give me something, if I go into a store and be like, hey, I want to cut a beef, and the butcher goes, here's a carrot, and I'm like, wait a minute, I just gave you $14 for, for some beef. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have any beef. Here's the fucking carrot. Be happy with it. Thanks for the $14. This is what you get. No, that's not. We would all lose our fucking shit and burn that grocery store to the ground. But it happens in the video game industry, and it's happening more and more commonly. It used to happen just with the low end games, but it's starting to happen more with the AAA titles. Tom Clancy's The Division, No Man's Sky. I don't even want to go down the list of the number of games that have been coming out that have done that.
And also,
Rainbow Six Siege, which I absolutely loved when it came out, and then they instant kill headshots.
Another thing I do want to add is, what's really interesting is I watched this one video. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a video that was talking about the fact that the launch titles, I think launch titles, if not like the titles that were like making the console what it was, there was a lot of good titles that came in the first months of the last generation. He mentioned only PS3 and Xbox 360, but on top of that, he was also mentioning PS4 and Xbox One for this generation, comparing the two generations. And last generation was phenomenal with the list, but with PS4 and Xbox One, it's not really as much as the last one, like not even by far. There was like, well, comparing the two, like practically barely anything good. So that's really something to think about.
I don't want to be that guy. I try my best not to be that guy because I grew up with one, but now am almost solely on the other. But PC's killing the consoles, bro. PC's the master race. PC master race.
You want to go extreme?
I don't want to be that guy. But
you want to go extreme? Try playing Mario emulator on a keyboard.
Yeah, that's difficult. But the fact that I can plug in, I can hook up any of my game controllers to my PC. Literally any of my game controllers, even my original Nintendo controllers will plug into my PC and
wow.
work. Yeah, there's some lovely adapters out there you can get. So you could play the games with a controller, because I hear a lot of people say PC you can't. No, you can. Hardware-wise, PCs have come down in their price range by far. I was telling me and Vandalia talked about it, that I built my computer myself. I bought every single component individually and assembled it myself. It's it's a little bit more difficult than buying it from the store, and I know a lot of people don't have the confidence or the knowledge to do it themselves sometimes, but it's becoming more readily available. More people are doing it. My system cost me $500. That was including the shipping and handling. I have a custom tower. I have a custom mouse. I have a custom keyboard. I have a headset that I couldn't be any more in love with. 16 gigs of RAM, and that's not including my video card RAM. That's just 16 gigs of RAM for the system, just freaking because. Why not? It's there. I don't use it all, but it's there. I've got like 3 terabytes of hard drive space. I love it. It runs everything I throw at it. It just eats it all up and spits it out, and it's just like, give me more. So it's a next gen gaming system. It really is. I'm running high end video games at 250 frames a second while I'm recording.
Well, 250 frames a second really isn't anything. At most, it's pretty much the same thing as 60 because,
yeah.
If you really think about it, it doesn't really matter if it's 250. That just means that you just have a gaming PC. That's all it really says.
Yeah. But what that does mean, though, is that and very likely in 3 years' time, I will still be able to get day one release games and play them at good settings. They may not be running at ultra settings anymore. I may not be able to run the games at ultra settings and have, the high end. I'll have to tone the graphic settings down some, but I'll be able to run those day one next gen games.
Another thing I also
whereas
feel
the
about
console market is constantly having to update their hardware. And if I have to update my hardware, it's going to cost me a hell of a lot less to update my hardware than it will be for somebody to go out and buy the next PlayStation system.
the thing I feel about PC is, whenever I hear PC people, not all, but a good portion talk about PC gaming, they always say something about how good the graphics are. They usually do. Not all the time, but usually.
Yeah, they usually will. And in some cases, they have a point. Because where console gamers are playing on their HD TVs and getting the 1080, p video and thinking that's kick ass, if you've not experienced 4K on a true 4K screen, you don't know what 4K is. I have experienced it, and it is nauseating. It really is. The clarity of it is nauseating. It actually gives me motion sickness sometimes. It is that crisp. It is that clear. It is that phenomenal. Do I need that? No, I don't. And really, I'm not going to sit here and compare console to PC just based off of the graphics. I will say that the difference between console and PC is not just the titles available, but mods. For the game themselves, mods. I don't think there's a single game that I play that is not modded in some manner. Not to cheat, but just to customize it. I play Insurgency. Love the game. It's pretty much the newest iteration of the Counter-Strike game series. It's a fun shooter. It's quick. The matches are semi-tactical. It's almost COD-like, but I still love it. There's no kill streak rewards, but it's still fun. I've got a couple of mods added, which changed the textures of the guns in the game to make them look slightly more realistic. That's my taste. That's what I want. But there are plenty of mods out there for the game that change the character skins, the weapon skins. Yeah. There's so much there, and it's user-created.
Yeah.
And free to download.
Yeah, I think mods is what kept Minecraft interesting too.
Yeah. The number of mods that are available for Minecraft in every one of its phases kept the game new, kept the game playable to people, and would cater to new individuals.
Same thing for Gary's mod, because that game is literally a mod in itself.
Yes. Well, actually, Counter-Strike is a mod.
It started as a mod, yes.
Yeah, it started as a mod. It
started as a mod for Half-Life, and it got so popular that Valve introduced it as an official game.
Yeah, it's still kicking to this day, ridiculously. So that is what I think the PC market has over the console market, because console hasn't broken into that atmosphere yet. Console's got a lot of great things. For example, prior to my gaming system, prior to my gaming PC, my gaming was on the PS3 because I didn't have a computer capable of running many of the games that I loved on the PS3.
Yeah,
I couldn't run Skyrim.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I just couldn't.
That's the thing. PC gaming is a recent thing because PC's finally caught up with things. Before, when we were growing up, PCs was like an Apple or like a PC, like you'll hold like a floppy disk and stuff. You could barely do anything on it. Now PCs are like, and Macs are like evolved to.
The transition happened about 5 to 10 years ago. 5 to 10 years ago, it was cheaper to go out and get a console and get all of your games on your console than it was to get a gaming PC. Gaming PCs 5 to 10 years ago were like, the cheapest ones were $1,300. And that's if you found it as a bargain. Nowadays, you can get a gaming PC for 250 to 300. A decent gaming PC that will play everything that's on the market. My buddy in Kettering has got a gaming PC that I built for him. $280. Plays No Man's Sky at its highest graphic settings without any frame drops.
Yeah, you still gotta come over to my house and see you work.
Yeah, I gotta yank the hard drives out and see how much I can take from your other computer to help boost your present one. I'm a father of 4 who's also a wannabe YouTuber, so
yeah, me too. Well, not but I'm like an all night working person. So I sleep half the time in the morning. I'm sleeping in the daytime half the time.
But yeah, so the PC market is becoming a viable gaming industry, and it's either going to kill the console market, which I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't, because I'm sorry, the console market has given me Metroid. The console market has given me Zelda. The console market has given me Halo. The console market has given me Kingdom Hearts. The console market has given me Gran Turismo. The console market has given me a huge selection of games that I love. And I don't want the console market to die. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm looking forward to the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, same here. Same here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't care if it's a flimsy little handles break portable. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna sit in the bathroom taking a poop, playing my Mario Kart. I don't care.
Is the Switch replacing the DS or the Wii U?
The Wii U.
It's replacing everything. It's replacing everything.
Well, it's technically replacing the Wii U more, mainly because it does have portability, but is it going to replace the 3DS? Oh, fuck no. But
yeah,
Nintendo Switch is replacing Wii U nonetheless, because it's coming out probably way before the next PS or Xbox is even going to come out, like probably even a few years before.
Yeah.
And the only reason, because for unknown reason, well, not really unknown reasons, but for me, people dislike the Wii U for probably the wrong reasons. One of them was when the Wii U launched, updates took forever. While I can't confirm that updates did take forever, but did they fix it? Yes, they did fix that. And what about the games in general? If you just like Nintendo games, then I think you'll be fine. But if you're trying to be specific and if you're going at it in an angle of expecting it to be like what the PS4 and Xbox One are doing, then you probably might be disappointed. But if you're just going at it just to have some fun, then Wii is a pretty good option. One of the top games you can get is Smash Bros. Shinik hates it though, but Smash Bros. Splatoon is a really good one because single player and multiplayer is fun. What else is there? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is going to be coming out. Mario Kart 8 is another good option. And there might not be a lot of games that people can list, but still fun.
You play what you like.
Whatever Nintendo Switch comes with, it is coming with the Nintendo library. Period. Every game that has ever been popular in Nintendo's history is capable of being pushed forward with the Nintendo Switch. So if you love Nintendo games, Nintendo Switch is the way to go. If you don't love Nintendo games, Nintendo Switch has got enough hardware and capability to play the AAA rated titles that are going to be coming out. And if you look at Nintendo has already put out a list of game developers that are in the works to make games for the Switch: Bethesda, EA, Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, all AAA title producers. People that weren't on board with the Wii and the Wii U are on board with the Switch.
And that's that's the reason right there where if you watch the episode, Mario was talking about how we complained about Nintendo's new system, the mini the first episode of this podcast this season, and how it had limited gameplay. This year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to it because as much as a lot of people, the Nintendo never does good in the US market. The Wii didn't do good in the US market. The Wii U didn't do good in the US market.
No, the Wii did really good.
Yeah, it invented motion gaming, really, and then PS4 or PS3 and Xbox 360 copied it.
You look at how many systems were sold in comparison to the Xbox and the PlayStation, or the Xbox 360 and the PS2. It wasn't on par. It did not outsell.
Well, the main reason was because of hardware limitations. That's the main reason, really.
Nintendo has always been that third party, really close third party, but always been the third party. It was always the PlayStation, the Sony versus the Microsoft guys, and Nintendo was hiding in the bushes going, "I've got Mario Party, love me." And occasionally we would pat it on the head and be like, "You're adorable. I like you too."
Of course, we grew up on the Nintendo Sega wars.
What people don't realize, we grew up on the Nintendo Sega wars. What people don't realize is, the console doesn't do number one in the U.S. market, but GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U, and the GameCube, the Wii U, and the Nintendo Switch will all be number one. And have been number one in the Asian market and the European market. And that's where the real money is. And that is what has kept Nintendo alive. And that is why, I don't know, the Xbox changed its entire policy from being what the Xbox was to the Xbox 360 and became more of an Asian-style gaming system instead of the clunky powerhouse American hoorah that the Xbox was. Because they did shit in the Asian and European market. I look forward to the Nintendo Switch because Nintendo has always been the leaders of it in technological advancement. Is it going to work? They don't know. Is it going to be the next big thing? They don't know. Do they care? No, they don't. And that's what I love about it. Nintendo's just like, we're gonna pump shit out. We're gonna do the crazy ass shit. They are the Apple iPhone of the gaming industry. Is it going to be cool? Yeah, hell yeah. Is it going to be kick ass? Maybe, maybe not. Is it going to catch fire in my hand while I'm on an airplane? More than likely. Do I give a shit? No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Nintendo Switch because maybe I can actually buy the Wii U for a cheaper price. Sometimes I do. I wait till the new system comes out and I buy the old system because I can finally afford it.
I have 4 kids. I can sell one of them into Cambodian slavery to afford the Wii Switch and not suffer much. I will freaking do it. I don't care. One of my kids is going to be manufacturing sneakers.
First time I heard someone call the Nintendo Switch the Wii Switch. But I do have a couple questions for the Nintendo Switch. One, is it going to come with a carrying case? Because otherwise it's going to be the problem with the 2DS. 2, are you going to be able to replace that screen at all? Because if you're not, then there's going to be very, very well, I said that with a really weird word choice. I'm sorry. There's going to be a lot of backlash if they can't replace it. Like, I'm talking like you can buy it in store to replace it, or at least something manageable. Because if you can't...
Right when I noticed, can you play your Wii and Wii U games on the Switch, or are they not compatible?
No, they're not compatible.
No, the Switch is cartridge only, which I think is freaking genius. A lot of people are saying that's stupid. I think it's absolutely genius.
Well, how do we... I actually want to know where that information comes from, because...
From Nintendo.
What? Yeah, wait, did they say it in a Nintendo thing? Because I missed it.
Yeah, Nintendo has done a press release that the Switch is going to be cartridge only. So the reverse compatibility with the disc games isn't going to be there. But they said the Nintendo store, the online store, will have digital copies of games available.
So you have to buy them again, or can you, if you already bought it?
That they didn't express. That they didn't say, because the press release was just that, a press release. It was a paper that they issued out to everybody. It wasn't an actual press conference. As March gets closer, they will, definitely be doing press conferences and talking more. So they will be getting questions. I don't know. I would like.
So wait, hold on.
I only have 4 Wii games. Doesn't really matter that much to me. But I don't have that big. I don't have a library or anything.
Wait a minute. So was it like a video of them, or was it like something from an article?
No, it's their actual press release. It wasn't an article.
So it was in a video format.
No, it's in paper format.
Oh, so it is an article.
No, because an article implies that it's somebody else writing it. This is the actual issued document from Nintendo's office itself. It is, if you want to call it an article, then it's an article written by Nintendo itself.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Where is it specifically posted? Because I figured, it might have been in a video format and never found it. Like, is it on their website, or is it like on someone else's website somehow released, or like what's the deal here?
Let me find it again.
And also, I'm following Nintendo on Facebook. I've never even seen anything specific like that on Facebook at all. In fact, I haven't seen anything from Nintendo in a while.
Yeah,
I saw a video about that on YouTube about the Switch demo of it.
Because if there's a source from Nintendo that they have, I'd love to read it. Not for argument's sake, but because I would like to know more information in general.
Yeah.
Because the trailer itself didn't necessarily give a lot of information. It's just basically there to say, "Hey, this looks fucking awesome."
Yeah, I never trust trailers.
I mean, the trailer was good. It wasn't exactly informative, but then again, it doesn't need to be. I like the trailer, but unless there's another source, which is what I'm getting at here, then I wouldn't exactly use it in an argument unless I couldn't find it, which in this case I didn't find it and attempted to use it.
Well, I hate to cut this short, but we're getting late and we have other projects to do. So before we go,
I have no life.
Before we go, you guys want to shout out your channels or anything?
Well, I guess I'll start. To make it brief, since I did this a few times already, not afraid to go inappropriate levels, and maybe not for everybody, but for the people that are brave enough to even check it out, then you might enjoy it.
PFC?
Yeah, if you are into first-person shooter games, if you're into tactical shooter games, if you're into games in general, if you enjoy watching somebody who's a avid, non-hardcore gamer waste his life away, then you need to check out my channel, PFC Havoc.
Snick?
You know me. I play games that I played as a kid. I play licensed games, sometimes real ones. Sometimes I love them. Sometimes there's games like KH and Harry Potter that I do enjoy. But then there's also games like Shrek on Xbox that piss me the hell off. And there's also games like Cartoon Network Racing that outright frickin' cheat by putting bullshit invisible walls that prevent you from racing properly.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and also you'll hear me rant about various things. Like Mario mentioned earlier, I didn't like Smash Bros. 4 all that much. I'm not saying I don't like Smash Bros. 4. I'm saying the fact that I don't like its lack of content.
And you can also check out Snick's reviews of games, especially if you ever finished the ones